previous issues and tie-ins all combine in this opening scene. Batman wakes up to find the rest of the Bat family captured as well. The Joker warns Batman not to break his restraints because the rest of the family is doused with gasoline. He then informs Batman that it is time to learn the fate of Alfred. Although he initially reaches for his mysterious plate, he reveals that Alfred is still very much alive, although heavily dosed with his toxin. The Joker next has Alfred remove the hoods from the members of the Bat family. With the hoods removed, we see that the entire family is wrapped in bloody gauze. Batman asks the Joker what he has done. The Joker responds saying that he has written him a love letter and opens his dish. Inside are the faces of each of the members of the Bat family. He continues to taunt Batman and recites the same premise that the Bat family makes him weak. He tells Batman to break free of his restraints and ignite the gasoline. Then he will be rid of his weakness once and for all. Batman does so and the entire room is engulfed in fire. However, Batman realizes that there is water in the cave above them, and he opens a hole in the ceiling. He rushes to help the members of the Bat family and removes Damian's gauze to see how badly cut up he is. However, it turns out that the faces were just another one of the Joker's cruel jokes. All of the Bat family members still have their face intact. As the Joker flees, Batman begins to free the rest of the members of the Bat family. However, Nightwing tells him that they will be okay without him and that he must go after the Joker. When Batman finally catches up with the Joker in the caves, they battle. As the Joker again brings up the fact that the Bat family weakens him, Batman finally responds saying they make him stronger. When the Joker almost falls off a cliff, Batman catches him. He tells the Joker that he will no longer live in fear of him. Batman says that he has finally deduced the Joker's real identity, his past. The Joker can't and doesn't want to believe it. He seems legitimately afraid that Batman knows who he was. As Batman leans in to whisper the name in his ear, the Joker panics. He dives off the cliff rather than let Batman end their game. Later, we see Alfred waking up in bed with Bruce taking care of him. Bruce has also invited the rest of the Bat family over to his house so they can put the mistrust caused by the Joker behind them. However, none of the Bat family accept his invitation. Even Dick Grayson comes up with an excuse to skip the meeting. Alone, Bruce heads down to the Batcave. His computer has finished analyzing the Joker's toxin. It is derived from the element honium. Its element symbol on the periodic table is Ha, Ha. With the Bat family apparently losing trust in Bruce and the Joker seemingly getting the last laugh, did he actually win in the end?
I think the Joker's plan actually did succeed. He got the Bat family to, in a way, distance themselves from Bruce. You see it right now that they have this, they don't answer his calls or they say that, we're not going to be coming. And I don't know if it's going to be a long-term thing, though.
It all depends what the Joker's plan was. In my mind, it started out of the Joker basically saying he wants to strengthen Batman by eliminating his weaknesses, and the Bat family is his weaknesses. So if he eliminated...
According to the Joker.
According to the Joker. But then it sort of seemed to shift to his plan seemed to more just to mess with Batman, because they're kind of opposites.
I don't think it was his plan to mess with Batman. I think that just happens. He does anything, he messes with Batman. He knows how to pull the strings probably better than anyone else. And so I think his intention was still always to prove that Batman loves him more than the Bat family, unless the Bat family is the one that should go.
So another major development in this issue was we finally got to see what was on the Joker's plate. And, personally, myself and a lot of people speculated that it would be pieces of Alfred, but it ends up being what we think to be the faces of the Bat family. What do you think of that?
One, I have mixed feelings that it wasn't Alfred, because I thought it would be a very shocking and very Joker-esque thing to just chop up Alfred and serve it to everyone. But then again, I'm happy that they didn't do it because that was the obvious thing to do.
Right. It would have been way too obvious if they did that. And I also really like the fact that when he first lifts up the plate and you see that it's the faces of all the Bat family, that's just such an epic moment. Like, you're like, wow, he just took off the face of every single person in the Bat family. But then the twists don't stop there. Next, we find out that he didn't actually cut off their faces, that this is just another one of his stupid jokes. And it was such a just great joke.
I don't know if I felt the same way about that joke, because what it meant was none of this, in the end, really had a tangible effect on any of the Bat family, besides possibly a psychological effect.
That's the beauty in it, though, is that he didn't physically harm any of them. It was all just psychological.
I guess there is some beauty to that. One of the key themes in this issue, and in the rest of the Death of the Family event, has been the Joker's special relationship with Batman. And they really delve into it here, that no one really understands them as much as they understand each other.
Right. I think he kind of views them as like yin and yang, opposites. And
do you think there's some actual truth to that, in that the Bat family, all these people that are actually close to Bruce, they know his real identity, but do they actually know him as well as the Joker?
I think there is some truth to that. I think the Joker and Batman understand each other much more at a primal level. So that's why the Joker feels that such a strong connection to him, and that's why he feels like the rest of the Bat family, since they don't have that same primal connection, like aren't worthy of being Batman's allies.
I guess it comes down to who Bruce or Batman as. He has two identities, but which identity does he really associate himself more? Because I do believe that Joker does have a more primal understanding of what Batman is.
Right.
And I think Bruce as a person is more about Batman than he is Bruce. And even in this issue, he points out that when everyone thinks that they've lost their faces, he says, underneath there, they're all mush and everything like that. But me, underneath my mask, it's just a grin. Underneath you, you're just, you're just this beast, this bat.
And I think, a lot of the Bat family members, they see Batman or Bruce Wayne like as a father figure, or it kind of varies for each of them. But Bruce is very important, just as important to them as Batman is. Whereas the Joker, Batman even says in this issue, the Joker doesn't give a damn about Bruce Wayne. He only cares about Batman.
Yeah, that's true. I think for the rest of the Bat family, Bruce Wayne is kind of, like you said, a father figure, and it gives him like a place to live, a belongingness, while Batman sort of gives him purpose in life.
Right.
And that's two different things.
So one last little twist is at the very end of the issue, Batman tells the Joker that he figured out his identity before everything, that he knows who he is. Do you think he actually knew who the Joker was, or was this just some trick?
Well, I think, I guess, the Joker so much is because he wants to sort of distance himself from the past.
Right.
I think. I'm not exactly sure if Batman actually knew his identity. I think it's very possible because Batman's obviously the master detective. But I think he knew the type of person Joker was, and maybe deep down Batman actually did want him to jump off that.
I was kind of thinking, just as he doesn't care about Bruce Wayne, the Bruce Wayne side of Batman, he doesn't care about the human side of himself. He more cares about like the primal force that he is of chaos. And do you think he's dead though? That's another major question. I mean, because he chose to dive off that waterfall rather than have Batman reveal his name, if Batman even knew.
Batman, his argument was that he thinks that if the Joker is gone, he's worried that something worse is going to come back up. And if the Joker is gone, what that is sort of is foreshadowing that something worse is going to show up.
So what could that something worse be? What's worse than the Joker?
Well, he said
Darkseid's going to boom to him in and destroy Gotham?
I don't know, but Bruce even says that maybe the Joker will be the one that comes back to life and he'll be just worse than he is now. So, I mean, that's basically leaving the door, I think, very wide open for the Joker to not be dead.
Could Lazarus pit it, just like his Red Hood?
So one of the scenes that really stuck with me from this issue was actually the very last scene where Batman is analyzing the compound, and all you see on his computer screen is ha ha ha. I don't know if it's the Joker laughing at it from the grave. I mean, there's so many different ways you can look at it. There's just filled with symbolism, and I just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I think it just shows that the Joker had the entire thing planned out, and that this was just the next step. So what his endgame was there is hard to say, but it was still a very good ending to a very good final scene to the event.
It's like the Joker still gets the last laugh.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So for Batman issue number 17, what would you give it as a grade?
Looking just at this issue, I'm still going to give it a 5 out of 5. It was an incredible issue. One thing we didn't talk about in this review that we probably should have was the art. Greg Capullo did a great job again.
I'm going to give this issue a 4.5 out of 5. It was a satisfying conclusion to this massive event.
So thanks for watching B3 Comics review of Batman number 17.
We're going to be doing an overview of the entire Death of the Family event. You can keep a lookout for it in the upcoming week.
We also got a viewer question for you guys, though. We finally saw what was underneath the Joker's plate. Were you guys satisfied even though the Bat family didn't lose their faces?
You can leave your answer to the question in the comments below, and thanks for watching.